Farming God's Way is an amazing solution to the food security and poverty crisis in the agricultural domain. Farming God's Way is not just a technology, but a well-balanced biblical management and technological solution to equip you to use what God has put in your hands and reveal the fullness of Jesus' promised abundant life. Onion manure technique. Onions are popular additions to most African dishes. They are high in vitamin C and folate, and they also have a high peptide content, which helps fight against osteoporosis. Onions are ideally grown in temperatures between 12 to 25 degrees Celsius and are more suited to cold snaps rather than extreme heat. Onions take a long time to reach maturity, from 4 to 7 months. Therefore, in a small-scale home nutrition garden, there are better crops to use in that space, including spring onion. Plant onions from the end of summer through autumn, and remember, they need a lot of water in their vegetative stage of growth. So in summer rainfall regions with dry winters, make sure you have a suitable irrigation option. If you're planting on field scale, then prepare double rows 20 centimeters apart to allow enough space for access. In a small home garden, widen the basin to 45 centimeters and plant triple rows 20 centimeters apart to make best use of your limited space. Place a top string or measuring rope from one 75 centimeter permanent peg to its adjoining peg on the opposite side. Next, place temporary pegs 25 centimeters down from the permanent pegs and place another string there to establish the shallow basin. Make sure both the ropes are taut and straight by lifting and dropping them. Move God's blanket 10 centimeters downslope of the planting basin to expose the soil. Push the fork 30 centimeters deep and pull it backwards a little until you see the soil loosen or fracture. Remove any stones or rocks that you feel with the fork, but don't be tempted to lift or turn the soil. You should be merely fracturing it. Keep on repeating this every 10 centimeters along the row line. Due to the closeness of the 20 centimeter row intervals, it is very difficult to dig furrows for these narrow row crops. Instead, prepare a shallow basin by digging out 5 centimeters of soil in between the 25 centimeter strings and placing it down slope. To correct acidic soils in the 25 centimeter wide basin, evenly sprinkle 1 handful of wood ash per meter. Skim a 1 centimeter layer of manure into the bottom of this shallow basin and rake it in lightly. Cover the manure with soil, making it level once again. This will ensure a good separation layer between the seed and manure, which is vital to avoid seed burn. Press a 2 centimeter deep furrow into the prepared basin and repeat again at the next 20 centimeter row down the slope. Plant onion seeds 2 centimeters deep and 5 centimeters apart. Onion seeds are very small, and so it is very important to get good seed to soil contact. Cover the seeds by pinching the soil closed and then firm up the soil by walking on the broad side of a wooden plank. And water in well. After emergence, thin onions down to 10 centimeter intervals between plants and use the thinned onion sets in other areas. Don't put the blanket on top of the seed planted basin until after germination has taken place, whereafter the blanket can be brought up against the plant bases. Ensure the blanket in the walkways is at 100% cover and 2.5 centimeters thick to suppress weed growth and conserve moisture. It is far better to plant onion seedling sets rather than seed. Cover the basin level and replace the 2.5 centimeter thick blanket on top of it. Use a double stick with a depth marker on it, twisting it through the blanket and pressing it into the prepared basin to the required depth, 10 centimeters apart and with 20 centimeters between rows. Hold the seedling in place and press with the double stick or your fingers at an angle, pressing the soil gently around the seedling roots. Water in well. Onions take long to mature, from 4 to 7 months, and should be dried properly before storing. Firstly, once leaf yellowing begins, bend the leaves over without snapping them off, which will speed up the drying process. After lifting the bulbs, store them in a shady, dry, airy place. Use any damaged bulbs first and inspect the drying crop frequently for storage diseases. In summary, fracture each 75 centimeter row line 25 centimeters wide. Dig shallow basins 25 centimeters wide and 5 centimeters deep. Apply 1 handful of wood ash per meter. Skim a 1 centimeter layer of manure in the shallow basin. With seedlings, cover level and apply God's blanket. With seeds, cover level, then press a 2 centimeter deep furrow. Plant seedlings 10 centimeters apart and in 20 centimeter double rows. With seed, plant 2 centimeters deep, 5 centimeters apart, and cover level. After germination, thin to 10 centimeters apart. This vegetable series is a part of a much more comprehensive resource set, which will take you on a journey of discovery of the fullness of God's ways in agriculture. When we humble ourselves and wholeheartedly follow the ways our Heavenly Father has shown us since the beginning, we will reap the abundant rewards of His promises.